Back again, year one. Hope everyone's doing well. Okay. If you have any hot chocolate, this could be quite a fun one. And if you don't have any, you could get some ordered for the next week or so, and you can make your hot chocolate. Okay. Today's job is we're going to be writing instructions, just like we did last week, that we were learning about, but this time a bit more detailed. We're going to be writing instructions on how to make the perfect hot chocolate, and I want you to write these instructions, and then I'm going to get you to pass the instructions to your mum or dad, big sister, big brother, and see if they can follow them to create the recipe. And then maybe you could have a go after creating the recipe from your own instructions. Now, I've given you a few things to help. Up at the top here, you've got some words that you might want to use, okay? I'm just going to scroll down slightly. You've also got some time words. Now, time words are words that go at the start of sentences to help put things in order. We've done a little bit about this before, and we'll be doing a lot more of it over the year. So lots of you are probably looking at these now. I can imagine Rose Faye jumping up and down. She's quite good at suggesting time words. Anish, most of you actually, Albert, lots of you. Okay, lots of these time words we have here. We have first. We have, these are all ones in year one that we talk about a lot. Next, after, finally, that's a good one for the end of your instructions. Then, later, in the end, in the beginning, second, suddenly, but I don't think we're going to use that today. We're a bit random in our instructions. After that, okay, there's lots of them. So let me just rub those out quickly. And then we can make a start. So let me flick back up to our instructions list. And there are pictures to help you. I've also put on a version year one of some blank without the pictures, because I know some of you like to do your own. So if I was doing that, what I'd do is I'd draw my own little picture and then write the instruction. But remember, don't spend too long in the picture, because you need to, the important bit here is the actual instruction. Because if you didn't know how to make hot chocolate and you just looked at that picture, you wouldn't even know what was inside that mug, okay? So it's very important that we're very bossy and we're very clear. So let me make this a little bit bigger, please. Okay, super. So my first one, now, that's my first instruction, and it's just given me a clue for a good time word. So I'm going to go down to my time word list. First. That's probably a great choice for a first instruction, isn't it? So I'm going to do that. But because I'm writing the start of a sentence, I'm going to make sure I have a nice big tall capital letter. So, first. Nice and tall. So I know it's a capital. Okay, first. Well, what's happening first? I'd say, what is that we're putting in the mug? If we look at the list, it's actually cocoa powder. So we could say, first put some cocoa powder. Some, that's a tricky word we've used this week. Or first put how many spoonfuls of cocoa powder inside it. And what are we putting it inside? Let's be very clear here. Is it a cup? Is it a mug? Is it a glass? I think it's a mug, isn't it? So I'm going to say first, put, and it's clear when you're doing instructions, try and do exactly what you say. I think maybe 2 spoonfuls. 2. Here. Spoonfuls of cocoa powder in a mug. Okay, so I'm going to check my sentence now. Always important to check your work, especially in year 1 and 2. Okay, because you've got so much to remember. So I've got my time word at the start here. I've got first. I'm going to put a little comma here. Don't really need to know that yet in year 1. We're going to put a little comma here, and it'll break your instructions up and put them in a good sequence. Okay, so first, put 2 spoonfuls of cocoa powder in a mug. Okay, I've made a few mistakes there. I can see that because I've gone back and checked. Can any of you at home maybe point out one of my mistakes now to your mum or dad, or maybe point out all of my mistakes and then I'll go through them? Give you a couple of seconds to do that. Okay, of course. So my first mistake is this. Now, what is wrong with it? What is wrong with it? Yes, I can hear you all shouting at home. Mr. Finch, you're supposed to be a teacher and you've got a capital letter in the middle of a sentence when it's not needed. Yes, I need to rub that out. I need to make that become a normal P with its tail below the line, or else it looks like a capital, okay? First, put 2 spoonfuls of... That's one of my tricky words, isn't it? From a tricky word song. Does anyone know how you actually spell it? You can hear the little voices shouting at home. Yes. It is O-F. Try and concentrate and remember your tricky words, okay? Try and use them. Don't sound out every single word, you don't need to. First, put 2 spoonfuls of cocoa powder in a mug. Got one more mistake, a really obvious one for year 1. Yes, I have no full stop, okay? So, let's think of another time word for my next, I'm gonna circle this, my next instruction. Next, I've just given myself one, next. So I'll do next, capital N, X. And I can put a little comma here, just as I have before, but not too important at this stage, okay? So next, what will I do next? Well, I've got a picture here. I don't really want to have cold chocolate, do I? I want to have hot chocolate, so to do that I'm going to have to boil my kettle, aren't I? So that could be my next bossy word. Boy, that's a bossy doing word. You're telling someone, do this. It's not, please, can you boil? You're telling them, boil. You're telling them, put. You're not saying, please put 2 spoonfuls in. Tell them exactly what to do. So next, oi, 2. That's not what I mean. Next boil, what are we boiling? Next boil your kettle. Remember, words with an l sound at the end usually have le, like little or people. They're 2 tricky words that we'll be looking at soon. So make sure I have my full stop. A little bit bigger. Don't make it too big so it looks like a football. Okay, so I've done 2 instructions there. I'm going to check those to see if they sound right. First, put 2 spoonfuls of cocoa powder in a mug. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Next, boil your kettle. Yeah, and I've got another time word at the start. Okay, I'm not going to do all of them because you're just going to copy me, aren't you? So you don't have to write exactly what I've written. Just something about what's going on. If you're not sure how to make hot chocolate, maybe have a go of that first, okay? Have fun with it. Good luck, and maybe send me pictures of your creations. You can be a little bit more creative than me. You can add some little extras on your instructions if you want, even if they're not in the pictures. Marshmallows, pieces of fudge, whatever you like in it, flake, whatever you like, okay? Flake. Okay, see you later on. Bye-bye.